Good evening and morning, pirates and heroes, elite loyalists and Star Citizen hopefuls, Spotify listeners and iTunes enthusiasts. FDev has shed a lot of light on some things we all been waiting for. No time to dilly-dally, let's get right into it. Make sure to like and subscribe like a boss. Squadrons will make their beta debut next week. This will allow folks with similar goals, play styles, interest, or lack thereof to band together for some galactic destruction or Thargoid hugging. We haven't really seen all the Thargoids, so you can't really say none of them are hot. When you're looking for a squadron, you can browse through all the existing squadrons out there or filter by activities.
So many activities!
Commander availability, playstyle, time zone, language, server type, and power play. For the ambitious leaders out there, you have the option to create your own squadron and pay for the privilege with 10 million credits. The 1 million you see in the mock-up is just a placeholder. The amount is subject to change, and I wonder if they'll have a less expensive option in the future for new players who wish to form a band of newbie brothers and sisters. Squadrons will have competitive categories which allow members to rank up in their respective leaderboards. The competitions will last for a season. It's not yet clear how long a season is, but at the end of the season, the top-ranked commanders will receive a holographic trophy to display on their cockpit dashboard. Maybe some of you need a little air freshener to put next to that. Squadron leaders will be able to promote and demote commanders, and with rank comes privileges. Each rank can be assigned privileges such as the ability to invite commanders, create posts, promote others, and be a general human resources nightmare. For the BGS-focused squadrons, there will be the option to pledge allegiance to the faction of your choice so you can make a more organized effort to dethrone or empower Imperial and corporate psychopaths as you see fit. For all the commanders desperate to do some flag waving, their squadron's logo will be visible to anyone scanning their ship. One thing I wasn't clear on was whether or not custom squad logos will be a thing, but I doubt FDev is ready to commit staff to approving cat picture flags and reject the inevitable human anatomy standards. Squadrons will be able to share bookmarks between themselves, making it easier for them to make a coordinated mission at the system named LHS-XYZ4-K5-3. Leaders who have just had enough or want to join another squadron can hand off squadron leadership to another player. They'll be able to come back, but can only be in one squadron at a time, as goes for everybody. The comms panel will also be getting a buff to facilitate squadrons, along with new separate chat for systems, local, direct, and wing chat. There will be squadron chat that all members can see, and chat for members of certain ranks so that the people at the top can make fun of the other members behind their back. A squadron feed will also be installed where accomplishments and activities will be posted. Kinda looking forward to seeing the internal conflicts and arguments squadrons will inevitably breed. On to mining. Grab your detailed surface scanners and get ready to litter star systems like a real New Yorker. Side note, have you seen all the space junk we put in orbit? It's to the point of being a hazard that has to be considered when planning a new launch. Neil deGrasse Tyson said we may end up closing ourselves off from space travel. But I digest. Let's see some rocks blow up. We've all seen the demonstration of firing probes around planets, but for mining purposes, you'll want to adjust your aim a bit and fire them off into the planetary rings. Once the rings are scanned, hotspots will appear and your contacts tab will populate the various materials present. This is a mining game changer for two reasons. One, if you didn't spend time on third-party sites trying to figure out exactly where your gold is, your contacts tab will tell you if they're even there before you enter the ring and fire off 10 prospector limpets looking for it. Two, you'll no longer have to head into res sites. It's a big one. The most dangerous place you could possibly go when you're just trying to make a living or satisfy Lei Chung's gold addiction.
I love gold!
So you just find your hotspot and mosey on down into the ring and get ready to work. Using your pulse wave scanner will light up asteroids with the highest yields, but you'll still need to stick a prospector limpet on it if you want to know what it contains. Your prospector limpet will reveal fissures, surface deposits, and subsurface deposits. If you like, you can work your way inward by targeting the surface deposits and blasting off a chunk with your shiny new abrasion blaster. Then target subsurface deposits with your dispersal missile, which will drill into the asteroid and feed back info on density, which gives you a sweet spot to trigger it to blast out a chunk of ore. Once you've cleared that, you can move into the fissures. But really, we all know this is the first thing you're gonna do, so break out the seismic charges. Once you have that deployed, you target a fissure and check the strength required for it, low, medium, or high. The meter on the upper right will tell you if there's not enough of a charge to crack it open if you're in the orange zone. Blue zone is a sweet spot to get the most materials out, and red will obliterate it, destroying some of the ore inside. So you charge it up accordingly by placing charges in other fissures, then boom.
Detonation in 10 seconds.
The explosion is super impressive. It kicks up enough debris and dust to obscure your vision, and the explosion can damage your ship, so pips to shields, commanders. The explosion is also semi-persistent in that the remnants of it will remain there for other commanders to see for a fixed amount of time. This is really motivating now that it's more than just lean on your laser until you bleed or rock dry. Learning to use tens of flight controls was a thrilling challenge in the beginning of your career, and now you've got some new skills to develop in the pursuit of living the life of a pilot who never leaves the cockpit. I'd like to see if I can get a bunch of commanders together to trigger a massive explosion in the ring. Anyway, given that you need a discovery scanner, a detailed surface scanner, a mining laser, abrasion blaster, seismic charges, a refinery, cargo racks, not to mention a prospector limpet controller and a collector limpet controller, I think the variety of ships in the rings will be a bit less diverse as commanders bring pythons and other ships more suited to mining. It's a good thing that you don't need to mine in the rest sites anymore since you'll have so little room for weapons. Potential pirates can come equipped with a discovery scanner to look for hotspots too, but they'll still have a tough time finding marks since there are several hotspots around the rings. Pirate squadrons and anti-pirate squadrons will make for some interesting stories in the rest sites and around the bubble in general. I can't wait to see what comes of it. Beta 2 will drop next week, which adds in the squadrons and the new mining mechanics. Can't wait to see what you do with it. Until then, fly dirty, commanders. 07.